Hey guys, welcome back to the Rebuilt Era series. This is week 8 summary. Week 8, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what has changed, what hasn't changed, and how we are feeling. So in case you didn't see week 7 I talked about how I was very, very hungry. I ate a little bit more than, what was aligned with my goals, and I did not drop any weight. Also, my sleep was a little bit off. Week 8 looks a little bit different. So I did start adding daily check-ins with my coach. That way I have that extra accountability. So I let her know my morning weight. I let her know how many steps I'm doing, if I worked out, how I follow the nutrition, and how much water I am intaking. That way it just holds me more accountable, especially for those days where I was really, really hungry. And then I go over any comments. So with that being said, my weight did drop this week. My weight dropped to 132.4. plus my waist dropped half an inch. That's how progress is going. Now, what has not changed has been my nutrition from week 7. So in case you saw week 7, I mentioned that my calories did drop from 1,900 something to 1,850. So roughly around 100 calories were dropped. That meant that weight loss should have happened. But because I had those extra days where I had extra food, weight loss did not happen. Instead of just dropping calories again, we all know where the little issue was me not following the plan. Therefore, nothing had to change. The only thing that had to change was me being more consistent with my nutrition, which was what I worked on. So nutrition has remained the same. The other thing that did change is my cardio. Officially, we are adding 4 days of cardio, and my coach did mention to me, can we change the intensity of the cardio? So for example, I have been doing the treadmill at an incline roughly close to like 3 miles per minute, I believe, level 3 when it came to the speed. Sometimes you gotta change it up. All of it is with communication, right? My coach kind of pitches in, hey, can we do this? And then it's up to me if I want to take the challenge and do it. Now, if my goal is to see results, yes, of course, I'm gonna go ahead and take actions. I did do my first session of Stairmaster. At first, I was like, wow, I missed this. Like, this is great. But it was also very intense where I was just exhausted. What I decided to do for this week to ease into it was to do 2 cardio days where I'm doing the Stairmaster for 20 minutes. I do roughly level 5, level 6. The last 5 minutes are always the most difficult minutes. I don't know why. Like, I get started, it feels great. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. You start sweating, you feel good. And then the last 5 minutes, you're like, when is this gonna be over? And then the other 2 days, I am still doing treadmill, just because that allows me to catch up with work as well. Just on the Stairmaster, I could not even be on my phone. I know there's people who don't hold on to the rails. It's just no way for me. Like, I am a little bit scared of heights, and I know that's not very high, but to me that is very high. So I can't really catch up with work. So that has been another thing that has changed. Now, one thing I believe I haven't mentioned on any of like my 6-week or 7-week recap, I know I mentioned that I felt like my body was already getting strong, but another thing I forgot to mention was like the change. Like, I actually started to notice the change in my body, which is so insane. I don't want to come off like, oh my God, she like is already bragging about the bounce back or anything like that. I think it's like incredible that your body can build a baby, have a baby, and if you continue to take care of your body, like your body just like changes so much. And one of the things that I did actually learned about the whole bounce back thing after pregnancy, it's not that you bounce back as soon as your body has the baby, or the fact that you're gonna bounce back completely. Before pregnancy, I was roughly in the 120s. After pregnancy, I was like in the 140s, right? And the weight loss has continued to come down. Now my lifestyle, healthy body where I can have a little bit more flexibility, flexibility, still enjoy the way that I look, is roughly anywhere between like 125, and I'm currently not that far from that. And another thing is like you tend to kind of go back to where you were before pregnancy. So I do want to go ahead and say that, like, before pregnancy I was at my leanest. Okay, that was the leanest I've ever been. I kept my body that lean. I came off of a bikini show as well, the competition show, and you know, I didn't gain like a lot of body fat during pregnancy, and that's the only reason I'm sharing this. But the reason I'm mainly sharing it is because it is so crazy to look at the body change. Like at first you're like, when are things gonna start changing? You feel kind of desperate, like you want to see faster results. But now that I'm seeing the changes, I'm like, wow, like my body just looks different, like day to day, or every time I drop like a pound or two, I can really start noticing the changes in my body. And I'm just like amazed. That's all I'm trying to say. Like I am just amazed of what your body can do. Now, another thing that I forgot to mention, my steps right now are roughly anywhere between 12,000 to 13,000 steps, just because I've been adding extra little walks in my day. One, it helps me kind of like reset my day when I am stuck in front of my desk working, or when I'm in mom work mode. And I feel like as much as I love being a mom and I love being with my little one, sometimes I need a little space. So the way I get that space is by going on a walk. He stays in the little stroller, gives me the space, and then I have some time to think for myself. So yeah, that's how week 8 summary is going. This upcoming week is kind of like the excitement part, because that means we are roughly around 3.5 weeks out from the photo shoot. I need to start thinking about getting my hair done. I need to start thinking about my outfits, which I have not bought any clothes in a good while. So I'm like debating what type of outfits I'm gonna wear. And I feel like it's the funnest part of the photo shoot. Like it's where you start to get very excited. You start to take a little bit more pictures. The date of the photo shoot is getting closer. Therefore, you kick it up a notch a lot more. At least that's how I feel. And that's how I notice my clients doing so as well. I'm already getting like the little gifts for my clients, getting things situated for them. I'm just excited. I know this is just mainly a summary for me, but for me, I get more excited about my clients' day with the photo shoot than myself. But yeah, that's it for this week's recap and summary. If you're new to my channel and you stumbled upon my video, I'm documenting my series of going into a photo shoot prep after becoming a mom. My baby is 4 months old and I am sharing this. So if you are a new mom, first-time mom, or someone wanting to see if you can start losing the baby weight and you're interested in knowing how I am making it work, that's where I go ahead and share in my series. Make sure you give me a follow if you haven't, and if you like this type of content, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. All right, bye.